Buddhism, a profound spiritual tradition, finds its roots in the word Bodhi, which means to wake up. This philosophy of awakening emerged from the life experiences and realizations of Siddhartha Gautama, who became known as the Buddha, the Awakened One, at the age of 35. He dedicated his life to understanding the causes of human suffering and discovering a way to transcend them. For over 2,500 years, Buddhism has been practiced by millions, and today, it has a global following of about 300 million people. Initially spreading from Asia, Buddhism has now reached countries in Europe, America, and Australia, where it is increasingly embraced as a way of life and a spiritual philosophy. Siddhartha Gautama was born in 563 BCE into a royal family in the Sakya Kingdom, present-day Nepal. Growing up in comfort and luxury, he was shielded from the harsh realities of life. However, as he ventured outside his palace, he encountered the four sights: an old man, a sick person, a corpse, and an ascetic monk. These sights deeply moved him, making him aware of the suffering that pervades human existence and igniting a quest to find a solution. At the age of 29, he made the painful decision to leave his wife and newborn son to seek enlightenment. He studied under various teachers and practiced extreme asceticism, but realized that neither indulgence nor severe self-denial led to true wisdom. It was then that he discovered the middle way, a path of balance. After 6 years of intense meditation and struggle, he finally attained enlightenment under the Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. From that moment on, he was the Buddha, the Awakened One. For the next 45 years, he tirelessly traveled across northern India, teaching the path to liberation with compassion and patience. Even as he aged and fell ill, he continued to teach until his death at the age of 80, leaving behind a profound spiritual legacy. The foundation of Buddhist teachings lies in the Four Noble Truths. The first noble truth, the truth of suffering, dukkha. Life is filled with suffering and dissatisfaction. Everyone experiences physical pain such as illness, injury, old age, and death, as well as psychological suffering, including sadness, fear, frustration, and disappointment. The Buddha did not deny the existence of happiness, but he emphasized that suffering is a pervasive part of life, one that we must understand and confront, rather than ignore. The second noble truth, the cause of suffering. Craving, tanha, and attachment are the roots of suffering. People suffer because they are constantly seeking and clinging to things, hoping that these external circumstances will bring them happiness. When desires remain unfulfilled, it leads to disappointment and pain. Even when desires are satisfied, the happiness is temporary, and a cycle of wanting more begins again. The Buddha taught that this endless craving fuels a cycle of rebirth and suffering, which must be broken. The third noble truth, the cessation of suffering. Suffering can be overcome. The Buddha taught that true happiness and contentment are possible when one lets go of craving and attachment. This state of freedom from suffering is called nirvana, a transcendent reality that brings lasting peace. Nirvana is not a place, but a state of liberation from the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. The fourth noble truth, the path to the cessation of suffering. The Noble Eightfold Path is the way to end suffering. It is a practical guide that covers moral conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom, forming a comprehensive framework for leading a meaningful and ethical life. The path is about developing good habits, transforming the mind, and gradually becoming a person of wisdom and compassion. The Noble Eightfold Path, a practical guide. Let's break down each step in the Noble Eightfold Path. First, perfect understanding or right view. It's about seeing life as it truly is and understanding the nature of suffering. Wisdom begins with recognizing the Four Noble Truths. Next, we have perfect thought or right intention. This step emphasizes the need to cultivate thoughts of love, kindness, and compassion while renouncing negative emotions like hatred and greed. Then there's perfect speech or right speech. This involves speaking truthfully, kindly, and purposefully. It's important to avoid lies, gossip, and harmful speech. Following that, we have perfect action or right action. This principle focuses on acting ethically by avoiding actions that harm others, such as killing, stealing, or engaging in harmful sexual behavior. Next is perfect livelihood, or right livelihood. This is about earning a living in a way that does not harm others and contributes positively to society. Then, there's perfect effort, or right effort. This step involves the commitment to cultivating wholesome qualities and abandoning unwholesome ones. It requires continuous effort to develop a virtuous mind. After that, we have perfect mindfulness or right mindfulness. This involves cultivating awareness of one's body, feelings, and mind. Mindfulness helps us understand the nature of experiences and respond wisely. Finally, there's perfect concentration or right concentration. This step explains how meditation develops mental focus, leading to a deep state of calm and insight. Meditation and mental training. Let's transition to the practice of meditation, emphasizing its role in transforming the mind and achieving clarity. In Buddhism, meditation is called meaning mental development. We'll highlight two popular techniques. First, mindfulness of breathing or anapanasati. This practice focuses on the breath, calming the mind and fostering awareness. It is a foundational practice that develops concentration. Second, loving kindness meditation or metta bhavana. This involves cultivating loving and compassionate feelings toward oneself and others. This meditation promotes emotional well-being and helps dissolve feelings of hatred. Regular meditation can bring positive changes, making a person more compassionate, patient, and mindful. The mental discipline gained through consistent practice is invaluable. Buddhism's approach to God and science. To conclude, let's explore Buddhism's view on the existence of gods and the scientific nature of its teachings. Buddhism does not promote the belief in a personal God, and attributes religious concepts of gods to human emotions like fear and anxiety. The Buddha emphasized understanding and rationality over blind faith, encouraging followers to explore the teachings through personal experience and inquiry. In the Kalama Sutta, the Buddha advised to question, investigate, and not accept things blindly. Modern thinkers like Albert Einstein admired Buddhism for its scientific spirit. The central teachings of Buddhism, such as the Four Noble Truths and the Noble Eightfold Path, are grounded in observable facts about human suffering and behavior, making the religion compatible with scientific principles.